You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Tuesday. First thing to know is Trump and Kim sign a comprehensive document. U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un pledged to work toward complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, while Washington committed to provide security guarantees for its old enemy. At the end of their historic summit in Singapore, Trump and Kim signed an agreement to work towards complete denuclearization and a lasting peace regime on the Korean Peninsula. The document, which Trump deemed very comprehensive, says the two sides commit to hold follow-up negotiations and to cooperate to develop bilateral relations. Many experts expressed dismay at the agreement, however, saying it lacked a solid commitment by Pyongyang, while others said it was vague as to details. Second thing to note today is the Federal Reserve kicks off its policy meeting. With the Trump-Kim summit now out of the way, investors looked ahead to the start of the Federal Reserve's 2-day policy meeting this morning. Fed Chair Jeremy Powell and his colleagues are widely expected to announce a quarter-point increase in the interest rate for the second time this year, as it seeks to normalize monetary policy with the economy showing signs of health. That would put the Fed funds target range in a range between 1.75% and 2%, inching closer to a neutral policy stance. The third thing to note today is U.S. inflation data is eyed. Tuesday's calendar features the biggest economic data point of the week. The Commerce Department will publish May inflation figures at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, with traders watching to see if the data will run hotter than expected. Market analysts expect consumer prices to rise 2.7% on a year-over-year basis. That's up 2.5% in April. Core inflation, which excludes food and fuel, is projected to climb 2.2%, a tad faster than the 2.1% gain recorded in the previous month. Fourth thing to know is U.S. stocks are set for small losses at the open. U.S. stocks pointed to small losses at the open as investors looked past the Trump-Kim summit and instead focused on the start of the Fed's meeting in the latest batch of economic data. And the fifth thing to know is Brexit showdown in focus. The Brexit issue returns to the fore as lawmakers in the House of Commons will begin debating House of Lords amendments to the bill that takes the UK out of the European Union. Prime Minister Theresa May's Conservative government runs the risk of losing its bid to overturn some of the amendments if enough conservative lawmakers decide to vote alongside opposite parties. The 15 amendments include a measure to keep the country in the EU's customs union. Our second story today is one from MarketWatch.com. Small business optimism jumps to a 34-year high, NFIB says. The National Federation of Independent Business Small Business Optimism Index rose 3 points in May to a reading of 107.8, its second highest level in 45 years and strongest level of the recovery. That's just a touch under the record level of 108 reached in July of 1983. A gauge on compensation increases rose to a record high, as did a series on positive earnings trends and expansion plans. That said, plans to raise prices are the highest since 2008, as are reports of price hikes. Concerns about labor quality are second highest in history. Our third story today is from NASDAQ.com. Chinese regulator approves launch of corn and cotton options. China has approved the launch of corn and cotton options, two of the country's commodity exchanges said, as it expands the range of tools available to hedge against price swings in agricultural markets. China launched soy meal and sugar options earlier this year, the first agricultural derivatives product in the world's biggest commodity market. It's not clear when the new products will be launched, but approval by the China Securities Regulatory Commission is a first step to making them available for trading. China is the world's second largest consumer of corn, and corn futures on Dalian are the country's second largest agricultural product derivative market by volume. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, June 12, 2018, your options news rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.